Hey guys, how's it going? Hopefully you're all good today. It is Tuesday, so I am posting my trainer tip of the week for you now. Today's question is one that I get asked pretty often during group exercise classes, and one that I'm expecting to hear often now that I have these at-home and bodyweight fitness programs available to you guys. And that question is, what do I do if my wrists bother me or get really sore from doing planks or push-ups? So a lot of people struggle with this. Their wrists will either hurt in the moment while they're doing push-ups, and they won't necessarily get sore after the fact, or they'll feel fine during, and then they'll get sore after the fact, or if you're having a real rough time, it hurts while you're doing it and it gets sore after, which really sucks. But basically, what it all comes down to is making sure that you are stacking your joints in a way that doesn't put any excess tension on them. So think of like a Jenga game, right? When you're stacking all of the pieces together, as long as they're aligned well, then everything's good, everything stays stable. And in your body, when everything is stacked well and everything is stable, that's when you're not going to feel any pain. So also, is say your body's like the Jenga game. If your joints are not stacked well and things start getting unstable, that's when you're going to create that pain. So first and foremost, anytime you're doing a plank or a push-up, you want to make sure that your shoulder is directly over your wrist. So hold on, I gotta make sure my Facebook people can see my wrist here. So if your shoulder is behind your wrist, that could cause some pain in your wrist, and especially if your shoulders end up in front of your wrist, that could really hurt your wrist a lot. So that's the first thing you want to check. Now, the second thing that you want to check is how you're holding the tension in your hands. So if you're just driving the heel of your palm into the floor and your fingertips are kind of like curling into the floor, this is something that I see people do a lot, especially as they get tired. So say you're doing mountain climbers and you've been doing them for like 20 seconds now, you're getting fatigued, and then all of a sudden everything starts crunching up like this. And what you're doing is you're just driving the heel of your palm into the floor, putting a ton of tension into your wrist. And something as simple as stretching your fingers out and pressing all of your hand, not just pressing the heel of your palm, but your whole hand all the way to your fingertips into the floor, will help kind of disperse some of that pressure so that you're not feeling it all in your wrist. So those are the two things that I would say check in the moment if you're feeling pain while you're doing planks or push-ups. Make sure your joints are stacked, and then make sure that you're pressing with the whole palm of your hand all the way to your fingertips. Now, if you're doing that and it's still not working, you're still ending up with a lot of pain afterwards, you might just hold a lot of extra tension in your forearms for whatever reason. If you're a person who types all day long, I would not be shocked if you struggled with this. So what I would say is make an effort to stretch your wrists, palm down and then palm up, multiple times a day, especially if you're typing a lot. So think of like every time I get up from my desk to go to the bathroom, I'm gonna stretch my wrists. They need a break too. So incorporating the stretching of the wrists will help a lot. And another thing that I do if my wrists get really sore after I work out, because it happens to me too, you know, I'm not like immune to this happening to me. When I get tired, my form can get sloppy too if I'm not careful. So the last thing, in addition to stretching, is actually just massaging my arm and pulling that tension out of the muscle like this, just pulling down and then rolling my wrist around and stretching it out. That usually helps it to feel a lot better too. So those are my suggestions for you on how to make some adjustments in order to be able to do what is programmed. If you need a modification, yes, going on your fist like this is totally doable. I've done it myself multiple times when my wrists are bothering me. It works well. But always, always, always try to look at the cause and try to fix what's causing the problem before you just change the way that you do something. Don't say, I can't do push-ups on my hands. Like, it's probably a good idea to be able to do push-ups on your hands, right? You want to be able to do things the right way. So look at the way that you're doing it, look at what's causing this issue, and see what you can adjust in order to make it better. And then, of course, stretch, massage, roll out your wrists when you can to make any irritation that's already there better. And that is my answer for you. If you have any other questions about anything I just said about push-ups or planks or stretching and rolling out your wrists, just shoot me a message. And if you have any other questions that you'd like me to answer for my next trainer tip, just send me a message or email me. I'm happy to answer them on here. That's it, guys. Have a good rest of the week.